Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. We're getting ready and closer to be like almost 190 videos. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, remember what I've said, right? A step at a time. Step at a time, and eventually it's going to compound, and you're going to have you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be in motion. You're going to have that velocity, so that way it'll become automatic. Even the things that you love, which for me, making these videos for all of you, is what I love doing. And so if you have any topics you want me to go over or give you my take on, put them in the comment section. So thumbs up for this video. This video is about personality. Your personality. Your unique personality. So if you want to connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Connect with me on X, right? Formerly Twitter at Back on Basics. So, personality. Even though sometimes we seem to have, our doppelgangers, which means, somebody that acts or does things similar to us, our personalities are very unique. Because here's the thing, right? And I talked about this earlier on in another video when twins are born. But once somebody's born, right? Say one twin is born at 7. And the next twin is born at 7:05. That 5-minute difference makes a difference in their lives, because again, the first one saw, smelled, probably tasted, and took in things at that moment. Remember, the present moment, and then 5 minutes later, or even less than that, right? Their counterparts. Their brother, their sibling, their identical twin is born. And so he or she, they also soak in that present moment, the environment, the people around them, probably gets fed, cleaned, I mean, everything. So even identical twins are different the way that they brought up. Because there's a topic in psychology called nature versus nurture. So nature is everything that we're made of, right? Nature means, having half of the chromosomes from mom and half of the chromosomes from dad. And then that's how, you have half and half and you have a baby. It's very unique. Because not necessarily it's like exactly half, right? Whenever that happens. Also, remember that the other one is nature, actually nurture. Nurture means that experiences, what you do, how you react to things, how you deal with things, all of those things actually kind of focus you on who you are. Believe me. I mean, I'll give you my example, right? And I've said this many, many times, and it's like a broken record now. But because of the war in El Salvador, when I was 8 and 9, I mean, around that time, I became more of an introvert than I used to be. So I kept to myself a lot more because I didn't know how to deal with things. I wasn't trusting people enough to talk to them as much as I used to before. I mean, before the war, I was in plays, I was in pageants. I mean, I was I don't know how to say it in English, but I was one of the helpers in church where, you rang the bell when the sacrament was being offered. I mean, all of those things. And then all of a sudden here comes the war and I shut down. And on top of that, I think I also got PTSD, which made me hyper focus. So let's just imagine what would have happened to me if there was no war. Well, probably I would have been living in El Salvador. I would have gone to all the schools and the university. I would have been doing a job already. I would have been doing a lot of stuff. I would have been living somewhere in El Salvador. And so it's amazing that, again, something in the environment, an event, a person, an interaction, a non-interaction, all of those things affect who you are and affect how you react to things. And that's the reason why this video is about kind of like accept and embrace your personality. You're very unique. You're very unique because there's only one of you. There may be some people that look like you, but believe me, other than looking similar, kind of like your doppelganger or your faraway twin, everything else is different. And that's because of nature versus nurture. Remember, that's psychology. So embrace your personality because it's very unique. I mean, for me, I'm a helper. I've been taught to be respectful. I've been taught to always, to always make sure that you follow up with adults. I was taught to respect my bosses. I was taught to do a lot of different things from when I was little, and so it has developed more as an adult. And the thing is, one of the things that my parents actually taught me, both my mom and my dad, was the ability to adapt. The ability to go into something in the here and now, right? And then once I get there, if I need to change things, if I need to adapt, then I will adapt. And a lot of people can't. A lot of people feel like if they're in this road, that's the road that they're going to take for the rest of their lives. Believe me, if you were to go back and look at your life, you would see that even though you started out in one road, you were going in a different direction. After a while, you might have taken a little branch here or a little branch here. And it's amazing because that shapes who we are. So you have to embrace your personality. Your personality is unique. And that's what I love about psychology, because the nature versus nurture, that is very important topic to think about when in psychology. Some people have lived in war all their lives. Some people have lived, in a democratic government, with kings and queens. I mean, communist government. There's so many things that shape whoever you are. And on top of that, when we are born and we bring that nurture, we come very uniquely defined, and we have our own personality. Some babies cry, some babies don't cry, some babies want to eat, some babies don't. I mean, honestly, my brother and I, for some reason, we only drank bottled milk. Don't ask why, don't know why. I mean, it's one of those things. And so it's interesting, right? That we do have commonalities, but we're not the same person. We don't have identical, even if it's identical twins, those twins are not the same because of their personality, because of the way they deal with things, because of the way that they move forward or they move backwards, because of the way that they're able to handle life, right? Some of us is hard sometimes, and everybody is hard sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Everybody goes through ups and downs. Remember, I talked about that. It's a roller coaster. The nice thing about it is that eventually you'll be able to reduce the ups and downs. And the nice thing about it is right in the middle, right, is the present moment. It's the here and now. And that's another psychological term that helps you get center. Let me be here to make the best decisions that I can. Let me be in this moment, make the decisions that I need to make so that way I can move forward and I can get to my goals and dreams. So Embrace it. Embrace your personality. Get to know yourself. Remember, that's one of the things that I said. Know yourself, know others, know your higher power, know your goals, know how to celebrate your goals. Well, the first one is get to know yourself and really get to know yourself, because a lot of the times your true self doesn't come out. And I'm being honest with you, because we have so many barriers, we think that we have to, sometimes we feel like we're going to get hurt or somebody's going to be critical if we are ourselves. But that's not true. I mean, yes, there are critical people. There's always critical people all around. But you have to be who you are, no matter what. It'll keep your mind and your body balanced, right? It'll keep your mind focused, because if you are yourself, if you really, truly, truly are yourself, you'll be in the present moment. You'll be moving, right? Forward, 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 forward. Remember, compounding effect, right? That means that success upon success upon success upon success upon success builds bigger successes. I mean, look at me. I'm starting all over. This job as a special education teacher is something that I'm starting over. I used to be in higher education. I still teach psychology classes, remember, for University of Phoenix online. But at the same time, I also have to start over my full-time job. And so I'm adapting, and I'm making mistakes. I'm going to tell you, I'm making mistakes left and right, but I'm learning from them. And I know that I will be better soon. I will get it, and I will be able to find a system that I'm able to follow. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't embrace my true personality, my unique personality. So remember, you all have a very unique personality. From birth to death, you have a very unique personality. So embrace it, use it, share it with people, so that way they know the real you. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new videos that come on my YouTube channel. Put comments in the comment section. Put topics. Put questions, and I'll be happy to give you my take, and make a video about that. Hit the like button, right? Embrace your unique personality. Believe me, you will be balance, mind body balance. You'll have that. You'll have a life balance if you do that. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Connect with me on X at Back on Basics. Till next time, remember, be true to yourself. Embrace yourself. Embrace your personality. Back on Basics.